Ladies, gentlemen, and racers, welcome to round 2 of the F1 Championship at the NABS Season 3, which brings us to Australia. A wonderful, wonderful track. A fun track for the F1. Very, a lot of high-speed corners, to be honest, out here. A few tight ones, but, you know, mostly flat out. We'll see some of the slipstreams there. A lot of tightness. Hey, there's even some curbs here. I was going to see if I can take this away. Look at that curb. Look at that sausage curb. My goodness, how good does that look? Now, guys, this race is going to be a continuation from our round 1 to see who is going to get out here and put in some points for the championship. I didn't see Dakota joining, so that's our round 1 winner, not here for the second one. Trying to defend his crown, but he's got to be out here at the races now. We've got a few other racers here, and we're about to take a look in quali and see what is going on out here. Let's go. Let's get involved as 13 Bot is getting the quickest lap done around the track right now. Let's go get eyes on him. Whoops. Whoops. Let's go get eyes on him. This is our eyes on him. All right, let's go here. He's got a bit of a wall action right there. Hey, guys. 13 Bot back out on the track. He's looking really spicy. I don't have his the team livery set up correctly, so I don't really even have the team that he's on. But that's all right. It's okay in the end. Let's go check out the other drivers that we've got going on right here. It's the this cam tool's all right. This cam tool's all right. I'm just testing out the ones that we've got. It's gonna be we're gonna be able to watch the racing really, really easily from these camera angles, which I'm really, really happy about. And boom, going from one to the other. We have Joe Milan back here. I think he's trying to get redemption from his hard tire stint on the last race. Let's see if his strategy is going to be able to pay off for him this week. It's, you know, this car, it's as much strategy as it is just pure pace. And sometimes the safety car and the different opportunities, different things that happen on the racetrack can actually affect it, especially in quali when cars are going and flying out. Quali definitely matters. And last week we had a bit of an upset with quali being redone for whichever reason. But this week, guys, we have a brand new server set up. It's true, guys. It's true. If you go to the !NABS server, we now have a Patreon where you can support the community. Maybe they'll get some prizes near the end, but also they'll just be able to support all of the drivers that are out on the track. Now, let's go look through the other drivers as Joe finishes his lap over here. It looks like 121 is going to be the time to beat. Next one in line is going to be Phil McCrack. He was our driver of the day last week. Let's see if he can get out here in his Mercedes and put down the pace. It's going to be an interesting one for him. He's gotten close to the podium a couple times before, but you know, usually just the beginning of the race, something goes wrong here and there. Let's hope that's luck is on his side. Right behind him, right as we were going by, is this Steven Cheesin right here in the Caterham car. He's going to be looking to try and get ahead. I know that the team play has been big between him and Dakota, but Dakota's not here today. Cheese is going to be the only one. He's going to be solo bolo trying to get it out and see if his pace can put in points for Caterham today. It's going to be a big Constructors Championship because, you know, McLaren's just right behind them, right? The McLarens are right there. Rico is very close to the pace right now. He's getting a little bit of traffic, it seems, out on the track. Hey, that is how it goes sometimes. You get a bit of traffic. He's going into the pits to try and get some new tires out of that. See if it pays off for him. His teammate, Onion, going around for a fresh lap out here. Let's get on board with Onion just for a little bit. Speaking of on board, let's really get on board with Onion and catch him at his beginning lap. Starting it off here in Australia, T1 going into a quick little chicane kind of situation. You got to get down to the power, get everything that you can here to push down into a tight, I would almost, no, it's not really a hairpin, but it's very much close to it. Got to keep the car very much loaded onto the ground here and not let it go too light. You see, as we got a moment there of oversteer, it could happen to anybody. You want to be flat on the power and get that weight to the rear, but at the same time, you want to make sure that the front end's going to bite in just enough to get you around the corner. Now, it's the newer layout, so we don't have the chicane right here. There's just flat out DRS zone. There's no DRS though on these 2010s. If there was DRS, holy moly, I think this would be a whole different thing. Well, the minute you get into 1 second, it would be GG, game over. See you on the next one. As you see Onion getting down. I think he was up into 6th gear just there. I have the speeds here. We can even get his speeds. Oh, I went off to niche. We're going to finish off Onion's lap and then get on to the other drivers really quick. Let's see what he gets to. Can he get ahead? I think he spun out just a little bit. Yeah, a bit of that oversteer. The track's still going to be getting better, so Onya's going to get around for another lap right here and see if he can send off. He goes into the pits. Guys, I think a lot of the drivers right here are looking to get some fresh tires and see what that can get for them. I wonder if this is going to be a strategy that pays off for them, as we have the smooth criminal. It's like a smooth operator, but he's a little bit of a criminal as he lets Jay go on by there. Or no, it's not Jay. I think it's another car. I thought it was Jay because Jay's just the car right behind. But Lil Jay is going to be driving in the NABS reserve car today. It's Lil Jay, but hey, he's here to play. Come on, hey, it's time for this. Let's see if the reserve drivers today are going to be able to shake up the pot a little bit. It's always interesting when we get a few of them and see what skill levels we've got. And right behind Jay, we had Dras, and literally right behind him as Dras is getting a little bit of traffic at the moment. He's going to try and find his way by. It's unfortunate. The Renault here catching a little bit too much traffic from, I think it's Caterham. I think it's Cheese. Both of them are having a little bit of a racing moment in the last bit. They're going to have to find a time to get a clean lap in the end here. And let's see here, the Force India team. We have Siesh, who's flying out here. He had a frustrating race last race. He started out pretty good in the qualifying, and then, you know, from the first beginning parts of the race, I think it didn't quite catch. He was, you know, shouting his frustrations after that. But hey, I think this one's going to be a race for him. This is one of the first tracks that I raced with him, actually, on F1, where I learned how to drive these F1 cars like 4 or 5 seasons ago of F1 driving. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Force India could do today. I don't think Spider Monkey's going to be out on the track, so it's just up to him to get the points in, and let's go if he's going to be able to do it. Looking good for it, reaching speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour before he's going to get into the braking zone down in the 5th gear. See if he can pull out of this situation. He's getting a pretty good lap, but he's only in the top 13 right now. Let's see if we can get there. Now we have another driver right behind TJAA, and I've said the AA hey before. It has been a, you know, it's just a common occurrence now in the Williams. See if he's going to be able to improve on his quality time as the track gets into even better scenarios right here, as I see Alex placed a time a little bit higher up than what I thought before. You got a P9 so far. Let's see if he's going to be able to get a little bit higher. As you guys know, top 10 is what you need to get into the points here on the NABS. Man, I remember the season where we did it like realistically and it was top 8. That was incredibly difficult. But even now, in a scenario like this, where we have almost 23 or 22 drivers, it's crazy that just top 10 is getting the points. It's a very competitive ladder, to say the least. And let's go through the other drivers, as we have Anish here, one of the reserve drivers who's been in a couple of our F1 races. I think he's not even in a reserve car anymore. He used to be in one, but now he's got a team of his own, I'm pretty sure. I just have to update that. So we'll get that in for the next one. We also got Ryan Hawk. I don't think Ryan Hawk is in the session right now, or else I would be going off to him. We have Naigo, who's just floating off the track just a little bit. That's all right. Sometimes we got to float here and there. It's overtime, so if they mess up their lap, they're kind of just like, all right, well, that's done. That's done. We have Wooly as well. He's done his qualifying. Fred Novi, Manri Thespades, who's going to be still trying to get one more lap out here. SVR Fishman, who, as I always say, is fishing for a win. But right now, I think he's fishing for a quality time. And Daniel J., who's been quick in the Ferrari, but hasn't seemed to be able to get out here and get a time. And Xandro as well, the meme ruler. Whoa! Was that SVR? Yo, they're just flying off straight. That's wild. Yo, Ollie, what is up? How we doing? Yo, for next race, you'll try not to forget to register and race. Yo, Tichu, get in for the next one. It's gonna be just up to your teammates today, I guess, to pull through. But definitely register for the next one. Sign up for it. We'll be out here streaming it and get on the big screen. Only P9, not good pace. Well, hey, what's it looking like? You're 1.3 seconds off. Bot went ahead and did qualify with a 121.5. So compared to him, you're about 1 second off of the pace, I would say, from Joe Milan. Not crazy. And in your position, I would even consider an alternate start. But yeah, that's what we're going to see here. Starting it out at the beginning. Let's go to the next one here. This is a weird camera. It's going to be like so far zoomed out as Bot is waiting there. He's got pole position right now. We've got some wait time before the end of the race. 44 laps to go, guys, around this track here at Australia, okay? It's going to be an intense one. I know. Yo, P15 did not cook. Listen, we could cook. There will be cooking done in the race, all right? And we do have, indeed, a safety car. And I'll talk more about that in a second. All right, well, hey, we've drank water. The words are going to fly off the tongue now because of the lubrication from the water. Just saying, it's like a good oil in those engines. Now let's see what we're going to get. We got Bot in a pole position, Joe Milan in a P2, and Phil McCrack in a P3. Rico has found himself in P7, so they're going all out for it. I would say Siesh is a good quality for you. Really close pace from all the top 10 drivers within only 1.4 seconds, okay, of time. Very, very tight gap. Extremely tight gaps. So we're going to have to see if this is going to be enough. Yes, Marcus got P6 right now. Hey, you weren't even here round one. You got to get used to the V10s, I think. You got to get used to these. Oh, no, not V10s. They're V8s, the 2010s. I always say V10 because they're from 2010, but no. They're the V8s, and they scream. Or they only like I'd say 0.7 off the pace right now. 15 laps of practice, that's pretty damn solid. 193 ping, good luck in the race. That's what we're gonna say to that. We're gonna go through all of the drivers now, guys. There's a lot of drivers today. I think we've got at least 23. Looks like a good 23. And I'm gonna go put myself in the pits and find myself a safe spot here from the race. It's going to be crazy. A 6-minute wait. Yeah, that's right. A 6-minute wait and just enough time for me to schmooze and yap around all of the drivers, guys. Good luck to all those drivers on the grid right now. And, you know, good luck to our safety car as well, guys. Yes, as you know, we have a safety car driver. And if there is any kind of incidents involving, let's say, 3 cars or a car stuck on track or some of those scenarios, we will have our safety car deployed for a couple of laps under a yellow flag condition where we will get our ears attacked, is the safest way of saying that. Ears will definitely be attacked, because Real Penalty is going to send off the nuclear bombs for the bump. And let's see, guys. Prediction has started for, I guess, how many safety cars there's going to be. That's always a funny one. Let's see here as we get it going and check out who is at the start of this race. It is our resident bot. Wait, what is this? Does not work? Oh, no, it's broken. Oh, wait, it does work. It does work. What? Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm so confused. All right, guys. Let's go from being cooked to cooking. Let's go down one by one. We have got here Mr. Bot, the 13 bot, who was in quick contention for our first race at Coda to look for a P1, but is going to be here in our pole position. So let's see how Renault does today. Behind him is Senor Joe Milan. Let me go right through here. Perfect. It takes a second sometimes to go from driver to driver, but in the Williams, we've got Joe Milan. He's been one of the new drivers that came out this season on a team, and he's been flying fast. He got a little unlucky last race with the strategy, but that's all right. Let's see what we can do. We got Phil McCrack right here, and he's even in the chat. What perfect timing. Yo, watch Phil do a Norris and fall from the starting position. Let's see if he's going to do that. He's in P3 right now in the Mercedes. He's looking good for it. Now let's hold it down and let's find it. In the Caterham, we got Cheese. He's running a solo act today. He doesn't have his teammate Dakota, but he doesn't need the backup because he is the backup, and he's going to find it right here starting out in P4. Behind him, we've got the Smooth Criminal, and that's all I'll say. A new reserve driver coming out. Let's see what he's got. In P6, he says he's watched the Spectron Racing Team. Mr. Marcus is going to start up on the Red Bull and see how fast he can push out the gates. He's on those soft tires. Behind him, our kind of, our champion contender. We got him, Ricos, right here. He's seeing if he can get it. He's in the McLaren, and his teammate is right behind him. So they've got the exact same pace right here. But maybe they'll find it in the race to do a bit of team play and get a bit further ahead with that. Onion is going to be here in P8. I was just looking at no water fell. No water fell. We're good. No water was hurt in the filming of this broadcast, guys. After Onion, we've got Mr. CS here in the Force India. He's also running a little bit of a solo act today. Spider Monkey's not going to be joining the race, so it's just the single Force India on the track. Let's see if he can do it. It's going to be an interesting one for him, the mouse and keyboard driver. Now we've got Daniel J, who's in the Ferrari. He had an okay race last week. I think he had a pretty good start with the quali. I mean, But the race was a little tougher for him than I think we wanted. So let's see if this one, Australia, I think is going to be a nicer track for all these cars to race side by side. So I think that's going to be a better one for him. Behind him in the Renault, a car that's looking towards Constructors Championship contender is Drass is going to be able to get involved. Is he going to be able to go into a top 10? He's in 11th right now, but he's on the alternate strategy with the hard tires. That might just put it off. It might just do it. And let's see, guys. We got Alex in P12. He's gonna try for it. We didn't see Alex in the first race. I'm not sure if we did. He's in the Bar Honda, which is totally a lie right now. Which is this, some of the stuff from last season kind of creeping in. My bad. Let's go to the next one. We got Lil J, another. Well, hey, we got a Polish driver, but also a new reserve driver. Haven't seen Lil J out here. Let's give a big round of applause for Lil J. See what he's gonna come up with as we go on to our next driver, VHP. It's a happy VHP, and I know he's going to be happy because he's out on the track in the F1 cars, and it's time for another F1 NABS race. That's the best kind of race, I know. And right behind VHP, we got Xandro, who's going to be running a very interesting livery for the F2 guys, the meme ruler himself, ruling all the memes. Jellyneck? Yeah, for Daniel J. All right, we'll do that for Daniel when we get around. We definitely have an interesting way of pronouncing names, and everyone on the NABS knows that. As we also look here, we got TJ. Hey, can I get a hey? Good luck to him this race. Let's see if he finds it. Finds that pace behind TJAA. We've got Niche settled up and ready to go up in P17. It's going to be a tough push, but let's get it. Let's see what he gets to. It's are they running hard tires in the back? Not even soft tires. Soft tires. No problem with there. Who's behind Niche? We got Ryan Hawk. It's all in a weird order now. There we go. Ryan Hawk. And he's in a reserve car. Let's see what Ryan Hawk can do. Getting on the attack. Be a Hawk out there. Go caw! And just find the pace. I think that's the best way of doing it. We got a few more cars. We got Nigo. I'm going to go through them quick because we're going to start very shortly. We got Fred Novi. We have got Wooly. We have got Manry Thespedes. And we've got SVR Fisherman. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we got to check the beginning of this race. And we got our safety car driver. But let's go up to the front where Bob's going to be starting this race up in P1. And it's going to be lights out. And away we go. Oh my goodness, how quick that went. I was schmoozing up there. We have a few cars flying out at the back of the line. I don't know if that's going to be a safety car right away. And Bot is going out with it in P1 right here. Holy moly, these cars are so loud. There we go. Bring it down a notch. Wow. Yeah, full course yellow. The nukes have been deployed. I tried to lower that. And now in 3 seconds, we're going to get a full course yellow. And this is going to be our first safety car of the session. Man, I have to get through those drivers faster. I always forget how many drivers there are. James Flanagan, what up? We're out here broadcasting our first NABS race of today. I mean, our second NABS race of the season. And, man, this is just off to such a crazy start. We're going to have to actually look at the replay and see what happened on that start as our safety car has gotten deployed, guys. He's out of the pits. That's weird that I can't get to Oddish, and then the whole leaderboard's breaking. Ay. It's like when too many cars show up. Is there a different one that I'm not getting to right here? All right, let's get on with our first in the lead right now. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like Oddish is not around. CS maybe got caught up in those incidents. Let's see. I guess we'll find it. We'll find it. They got the safety car getting out on the track eventually. I hope it's going to be a safety car condition or it's just full course yellow and they're going to have to just go slow for a lap or two. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But let's go take a look at the replay. Oh my God, full course yellow is ending. But it's still under safety car conditions if I'm not mistaken. Unless they're just going to restart from this scenario and they're just going to say like, all right, let's just go from this. I was going to go take a look at the replay, but it seems like they're just back at it, back to the start of this race, and they're just going just toe-to-toe for it. And it seems on the inside right now on this restart, there's a huge amount of collisions, and 3 or 4 cars are out on the track. Oh, my goodness, including Drass right here, getting some of the biggest hits. I definitely knew that there was going to be something happening there, so I had to go take a look as the other cars are getting through the beginning here. I cannot say. This has been a wild start to this race. James, this is actually on !NABS. You can put it up in the chat to get a link to the Discord. It's a league run race. I'm not really part of the organizers, but I definitely help them out by doing these broadcasts. I used to be a racer out here. I used to be one of the cars, but now I'm just the broadcaster. And hey, there's been a lot of technical issues so far on the start of this race, but let's see what happens here. Bot is trying to run away. Cheese is on his backside. He's got only 0.5 seconds of a gap towards that. Let me switch my layout as well here. There we go. Yeah, !NABS, a community run league. They have an F1 and an F2. And for F1, you can be a reserve driver and then look to become a driver on one of the teams. Or you can just try and join in when you can, you know, be a reserve driver here and there. And there's also the F2 that we've got going on right now, which is super cool. A brand new setup to our layout, to our series that they've got going on. But it's all about open wheelers, and NABS stands for no ABS. So when we're watching them out here, we're definitely getting some lockups and different things like that happening. Oh man, as it seems like Xandro was disqualified for driving through at higher speeds. I'm not sure how that went. This is going to be very interesting. I don't know if we have like a specific race director. I don't know if the safety car driver is actually out there or anything like that. But there should have been a safety car on the second restart. Just no one was kind of there to ping it. As Fred Novi's looking to get on by, he gets a pass from gets over Alex right there to get into P14. And let's go take a look at Onion and Rico's right here. They're both in a decent position right now, moving up a few places from where they qualified, but it's been a very interesting start of this race, and there seems to be a little bit of a train from 1 to 7, which the McLarens are just on the edge of right here, as well as the Smooth Criminal, who's one of our new reserve car drivers. So it's really interesting to see here if they'll be able to catch up. And Marcus has been running some laps. Very, very interesting there. Let's get on board with him. Let's catch him for a lap. Looks like he's keeping up with Cheese. 13bot's gone for the hard tire strategy, so as much as he's not getting, you know, they're not closing the gap to him, he's on an alternate strategy, so that's quite big in terms of the fact that he's going to be able to do an extended stint, and if he stays ahead of these two drivers, that's going to be a huge once he finally gets onto the soft tires. But Marcus looking to apply the pressure, said he didn't even get 15 laps of practice, just about that. And he's out here already in P3 from where he started in P6. So a good run for him so far. Let's see if he's going to be able to convert that into a podium. But right now, sitting pretty in P3. Oh, many laps to go, though. We're only at lap 4 from lap 44. It's quite a nice community that we have here in the F1 NABS when we get to some of this. And I hope he's going to be pushing Cheese for a while here so we can get some good action going. Onion as well, getting pretty close to Rico. So the two McLarens are going on. As I'm saying, the action's happening right here. He's having to lift a little bit. He's getting a bit of snap oversteer, and it's sending him off onto the curb into the barrier off the wall. I can't believe that happened. He lifted to adjust his line, and as he did that, he caught the dirty air. The car bounced over, hit the curb, and unsettled it, guys. This is what, when I'm talking about driving these F1 cars, it's like so much of it is just learning and understanding the car and making sure you can avoid those kinds of situations, because any little bit of a nudge or any kind of small mistake can definitely cascade into something like that. And Cheese is just finding the pace from this, able to catch up to Bot in that moment. Right after he found no more pressure from Marcus, he's like, all right, let's get it. And Joe Milan looks to be the next up in line to catch this, and we're gonna get on board with him and see what's going on. Let's do the same thing with the onboard as he's going side by side with Cheese. He goes in for the outside line. It looks like Cheese is going to back off just enough. He catches a bit of the curb. Another one goes for an attack, guys. This is insane. When we see these drivers in these positions, they have to go for the attack. They have to try and find something. And then it ends up in a situation where you're off the line that you normally run, and you wind up going into places where you don't want to go, and Cheese gets another defense. He's trying to fight off another attack. I think that's from Joe Milan as well. It's been very interesting to see what happened here from a lot of this battling that's been going on right behind Bot. Bot's been able to run away, and he's jumped into the pits. So it's like, I think Bot went on a... Interesting. He had probably low fuel, or he had to do some kind of drive-through, or he just drove through for reasons unknown, as he has to drive around Marcus, who's crashed out there. And let's see if this is going to cause any issues. He's spinning around trying to get back out on the track. It seems like he's going to be able to get there no problem. My goodness, already some intense racing has been found in this scenario. As Rico's trying to send it, I think is that Marcus again, who locks up from his tires being overheated on his rear. He's having a tough race right now. And Rico's steady in P7, about where he qualified. Yo, goddamn, send it, Matt. That's exactly what they're doing every single time right here. As Joe Milanes found himself into P2, so he's kind of redeemed himself from that spin out before. Didn't lose too much time, and Cheese is going to be trying to catch on in P3. As we have Bot right here, he went through the pits for reasons. We don't really know the reasons, but it was for some reason. And now he's in P4. For whatever that reason may be. Now let's get on a battle here. We're trying to catch Ryan Hawk. Why is it that every time I look at Ryan, there we go. He's fighting off something from Drass right here. Let's catch it. One of the NABS cars, a reserve driver, as Drass looks to get around him on the inside. Does Drass make the move? It's clean. It's smooth. It will be exactly this, but it's not going to be with nothing, as Ryan Hawk looks to send it on the inside, and they get a contact in between both of them, and it's both cars out on the track. I cannot believe it. We have to see it right here. We're just a magnet to these moments right now. I don't know. We're just a magnet. You know what, though? Drass gets the pass in the end. He was the car ahead. He was just, you know, they both fell off the track for it. And he's going to be down into P13 from that situation now. Unfortunate for him. As right in front of him, we've got Suyesh, our keyboard and mouse driver. If we do have another safety car, full course yellow, we'll have something interesting. Is why did I even click on his name? Why did I click on it? Because I said I would never click on his onboard and never see skill issues, and that just happened right there, right now. Let's get in on Rico's POV. Oh my goodness, as he's looking to send an attack onto Niche right now. Man, Niche really found himself up. I was curious on Niche's position, but at P6 for Niche, he's found his way around. He gets a switch back onto Rico. What a move right now. These two are battling it out. Now let's check it out right here as they get on through for another lap. It's Niche going a little bit wide, and Rico finds his way through with the last corner right here. As he sets it on, he gets himself up into P6 position. The pressure was too real, and Niche had to let it go. He went a little bit wide on that second to last corner. As we see from the barrier, guys, we're behind the barrier, really behind the barrier right here. So much so that there's a pole in the way. I don't know. I guess this is for a different layout of the track. It must be. It totally must be. Oh, man, that's so funny. Anyways, let's continue on as we catch Bot, who's catching up, I think. Let's see where he's gotten to. He's only a few seconds off right now of Cheese, who was pushing him earlier in this race. And now it seems like he's still on the hard tires, but he's going to be able to get out here for a few smooth laps, and hopefully he's got the tires for it. As we catch Smooth Criminal, guys, who's our one of the reserve drivers who's found himself. It seems like, you know, it says 5 here, but it looks like P1 to me. It definitely looks like P1 to me, and he's right up ahead. He's finishing this last lap, sending us into our 9th lap of this race. Right, as he gets through the line. Yep, there we go. So it is him. I don't know why it says P5 there. It's always the names being all broken on these layouts when there's so many drivers. You know, last season I didn't have any trouble with that, and now there's so many drivers and just brakes on brakes on brakes. Brakes on brakes on brakes. Like the no ABS league, we have no brakes right here. But hey, let's see. Rico's gets a fastest lap. He's trying to catch up. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if he's going to have the pace right here. But let's see. As Bot has found his way through Cheese, we weren't even able to catch that view. We should have been on the battle, but he goes a little bit wide, and Cheese is getting ahead of him once more. So don't worry. I think they kind of heard that we wanted to catch their battle. So let's see it. Let's see it in action as Bot is now in the slipstream. He's quick on the approach. We got the German Minister of Defense right here. Cheese is going to try and hold him down. Bot's going to be on the outside. Cheese sends himself on the inside. A bit of bouncing as they're wheel to wheel right here. And they're going for it one more time as both cars slide on through. And it's going to be Bot on the inside with Cheese on the outside. Is there going to be a switchback happening here? This corner is so good for switchbacks. And indeed, it's Cheese that's looking onto the inside. And they're weaving just a little bit. But it's enough just to hold him back. And Bot has found himself up a position in this lap. But not for no battling. He's definitely earned the place right there. Going back and forth between him and Cheese. But a P3 right now for the Bot as he's able to get another lap in here as we start in our 10th lap here in Australia at round 2 for season 3, guys. It's still early on in the season. It's early on in the championship. There haven't been that many points gone out yet, but we're going to start to see after the first couple rounds, definitely a trend for the people who are going to be looking towards the championship in the crown, the winner, the winner chicken dinner. We'll have to see. What is with Boris Pistorius? Where? Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I'm missing, Rich? Oh, man. All right, let's go take a look at all the other drivers right here and get a view on Dras, who's getting a recovery right now. He's deep in a battle, and every time we've popped into Dras, we've had something happen as he's getting on 3 cars into T1 right now. And he finds himself in front of both of them, but it's going to be a huge defense he's going to have to put on as both of them are side to side. And if they go too deep on their braking point, it could just take him out. He's going on the inside. Dras might just come out alive. Yes, it seems like he is, but one of the other cars did not. So in goes 3, out goes 2. And it's going to be another bit of battling for them as the car behind. Oh, the ears of death. As, yes, we keep that sound on. I don't know why. I'm going to try and turn it off, but there was so many collisions and incidents. I'm really glad that there's finally some kind of safety car that's going to get out here on the track. But I think it's just going to be like a virtual safety car this time. Maybe I missed, I probably just missed the briefing where we said that it was going to be virtual safety car, but it seems to me like we have a full course yellow. And it's going to be basically safety car for that. Oh, just change display mode. I could change display modes. Oh, that's so interesting. So it's total gap from the leader right here, which is really nice. I like to see this one too, or just gap from the car ahead, which is also really, really cool. So we get to see how far ahead all these drivers are. And man, there's already some movement in the pits right now. So let's get a view on there, where we're going to have to go all the way to here. Let's see the drivers that are going to get out for a pits. A few of them might get into it. As Zandro has gone out. He's done a pit, got himself onto the hard tires for his second stint. Let's see a few more getting through with the full course yellow. Seems to be no one else. I'm just hunting here with this floating view. All right, as we get another car in the pits. Seems like it's Daniel J who's getting on in. I think we're going to get a few more. TJAA also getting into the pits. And let's go check out, guys, the beginning of this race. I'd love to see what happened at the start from the middle pack. So let's go look on a NABS replay. Let's go find it. All right, here. Boom. I think it was in the middle of the pack, somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Oh, these lines are these cameras are actually perfect. Why don't I just use TV cameras sometimes? I gotta say, sometimes they're just absolutely perfect. As we got on there, this was the, oh my goodness. And it was Daniel that got flipped and Suyesh got flipped. And he was just spun out and spinning. And that was what happened at the beginning of the race for Daniel right there. Oh my goodness. So let's see. I knew there was something that went on. Oh, and CS just turned right off into him. I don't even understand. That made no sense to turn off right there. And he's in a Beyblade moment. How did he start the race off? Luckily, I think he was able to go into the pits. But definitely that was why we had a full course yellow at the beginning of this race right here. Now let's get back out. We're getting into it. What if I just do this? Yeah, let's do that. Seems like we're actually getting a safety car right now. I wasn't sure the safety car was actually going to come. Oh, so before it was just full course yellow, but now we actually have the safety car. Okay. And I was wondering where Oddish was. It's like, was nowhere to be seen for a moment. Couldn't find him, but now we've got him out. He's listening to the smooth jazz as he runs through, as he's the safety car for this restart right here. We've got Smooth Criminal, Joe Milan, Onion, and then Cheese, Rico, 13 Bot, Phil McCrack, Manrique Thespedes, Niche, and then Suyesh and Peak 10. This is going to be an interesting restart. We probably have another lap to go before we truly restart right there. But, yo, Cesar Tavares was saying the Australian breakdance from before. Yeah, where Daniel was spinning out on the track. Definitely going to be a moment where we call it the Australian breakdance. Oh, boy. He's still out here, which is crazy. He's still in the race, right? So that's kudos to him for still being here. And seriously, all the F1 leaderboards are all 22 cars. Like all the F1 leaderboards I find break when you get more than 22 cars. I gotta cook something up for next week to finish that. Oh, your actual Minister of Defense Flat Ridge before. Oh, got you. Yeah, so Cheese is playing a Boris cosplay. Took me a second to catch back up there, but we're not on the live replay anymore, guys. We're actually live right here as we're in our safety car conditions, looking to potentially get a restart. I'm sure what had happened was a few of the moments that we had with Drass that basically hit it. So if we go look back at what this situation was, it must have been a few laps ago, and one of these events would have definitely been the one. Let's go see if we can find it. Not this lap. This is when they were still pushing. Oh, it would have been like right around here. They were 3 wide. I don't know if this was what had caused it, but 3 cars getting into it, T1. That doesn't seem like the cause. And then there was a little bit of contact between them. I don't think this was the cause of the safety car. It definitely seems like it was something else out on the track at that moment. We were thinking it would be a moment related to Drass because at the beginning on the safety car restart, right? When they got through it, a lot of people went. They got some pits done. And then when we went for this restart right here, absolutely super unfortunate what happened there. It went from full course yellow to full course green at that moment. And I think they were going a little bit too much, and there's 3 wide. Oh my goodness. And it was just disaster. It was just chaos on that first T1. It wasn't even Drass's fault. I'm just like, I knew Drass was involved, so I wanted to go check it out from his POV. So right there, you can just see as we go into the slow-mo, just like 2 getting hit right there. Niche is flying out. Xandro's flying out. Alex also going off. Everybody was getting involved right there. All right, let's get back into our actual race right here. Let's go catch our safety car queue and see where they're at. It seems like we're almost about to get it going, and this might be the last lap that we get. And we're out here. We're not on the live replay anymore. We are back live here at round 2 in season 3 of the NABS. For our second, or I guess our first safety car restart. We did have a full course yellow that was like a virtual safety car, so I didn't know we were doing stuff like that. I didn't know that was a new thing. But we are going to find a restart, I think, at the end of this lap when all the cars are right together. Now, Smooth Criminal has found himself into a P1 position right here, but still on the soft tires from earlier. So that's going to be a little bit of a rough story. You know, because there's a lot of this race left. It's probably a 2-stopper for a lot of these cars. I don't know if Smooth Criminal is going to be trying doing the 1-stop, But he's gonna start to feel the tires a little bit as some of the cars are looking. You see the braking and all that. They're looking to get some heat into their tires, heat into their brakes before we get going. We haven't said it's in this lap, so I haven't seen any of the cars actually weaving yet. It seems like we're really gonna get a full restart right here, and it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Why doesn't that was an equally cool view. That was an equally cool view. So it might be in this lap. It might just be in this lap right here. We don't have the lights on, so if the safety car lights aren't on, it seems like it is going to be in this lap. The lights are off, and they're going in to the pits. And we're going to have to see where we get on the restart right here with Smooth Criminal. Going to be the one to set us off and restart us. The line looks like we're getting close. As we're going to get it, he looks like he's getting it off, and it's away we go for the safety car restart right here as all the cars get through the last corner. They're going to be flooring it and trying to get through. And what'll it be? Some cars heating up their tires before they get to T1. Not Smooth Criminal going super straight right there. Nothing of the matter. A little bit of a battle right there as Phil McCrack looks like he's under pressure as well. My gosh, all the cars under pressure. It sucks when I can't just flip through on the leaderboard and click through the cars here. It'd be a lot easier that way. Would be a lot, as it's super, super tight here at the beginning of the safety car restart. As we see all 7 get through here uninhibited. Uninhabited. They don't live here, guys. They're not living here anymore. They live somewhere else. Now let's see. Smooth Criminal getting on out. 1 second gap. A 13 bot looking to put the attack on the outside right now. Get out of the helicam. Helicam's kind of cool though. I kind of vibe with that. You get back out to it. Look at this. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I'm full on into that. All right, let's get on with Onion right here, who's running away from Cheese, but he's also on a battle with his own teammate Riku's right in front. Rico's gonna try and catch up here. He was way further behind. That safety car restart definitely helped bring the pack together. But it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually get to the end with this setup. They're on the hard tires. Should be a stint towards maybe pitting later on in the race, maybe with 14 laps to go. So maybe a 15 to 20 lap stint right here, or they're just going to go to the end. It'll be interesting to find out as Rico goes right over the sausage curb, sending his car a little bit into the air. Who would have seen that coming? Definitely not me. As let's go to the back here as Dras is looking to make a move over Wooly, and now he's got Marcus in his sights right here. Man, Dras had qualified in P11, had some trouble, I think, throughout the safety car restart, and now he's going to try and find his way back to get some points up into the top 10. He's going to have to get through Marcus first on this battle. Let's see if he can do it as we get onto Phil McCrack right here, who's also in a battle of his own, looking to chase Cheese. It's not the first one who's chased the Cheese this one, and they want a bit of that fromage. Now let's get it. Yo, Spider Monkey. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're missing you on the track today. That's for sure. We had some LFM races earlier today and some NABS race now, you know. But I think Suyesh is holding it down. He's got some decent pace. He's P13 right now because he got caught in something right at the beginning of the race, unfortunately. And it's Smooth Criminal, guys. How does he do it? He's a smooth criminal. It's like Smooth Operator, but a smooth criminal version. But hey, he's finding it right now. A P1 with the fastest lap so far. He's on soft tires, so it just makes sense that he's going to try and find a gap. But I don't know if this alternate strategy is going to work after all. It's going to be super interesting to see. The two, it was like there was a yellow flag, and then there was kind of like a safety car situation. We had our first safety car in this one. Dude, it's your birthday. You're going to go touch some grass? Well, dude, happy birthday, Spider Monkey, dude. Happy birthday. Shout out to the Spider Monkey for that. And hope you have a great birthday. Have yourself a little party. And, man, go touch some grass. Yeah, go touch. touch some grass that's not on Assetto Corsa. Don't touch the grass with your tires. Touch the grass with your fingertips. So yeah, see you next week, Spider Monkey, and have a wonderful birthday, man. That's awesome. Now let's go. Phil's kind of lost it in the battle to catch Cheese right here. The dirty air just a little bit too much for him to handle. Let's get on to a chase then with Suyesh, who's in P12 right now, trying to catch up with Marcus. And it seems like Drass had fallen out. As we were talking about it, we were on board with him for a while, and it looks like he was maybe trying to catch his way through Marcus, and they had a bit of a crash or something, because I don't think Marcus was there either, so hey. All right, Curryman over and out. We'll catch you on the next one, Curryman. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by on your birthday, dude. And have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Spider Monkey. All right, let's see what's going on here. I see a little bit of movement. There's so many cars right here. A couple reserve drivers and some contact between Wooly and Alex. Going to send them off the track. Alex getting back on right now. Nothing too crazy. Not going to call for a safety car for something like that, but that's a little bit of a tense situation as we get onto Xandra right here. The meme ruler is very close right now to catching Ryan Hawk and getting up a position from P13 up into P12. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it on the onboard. It is a spin out. No, but the wall, guys, no damage on NABS. If you join, you don't get damage to your wings, your tires, your nothing. It's all fun and games. You know what I mean? All right, let's get back out. And let's catch Rico, guys, who's looking to catch up a little bit here. He's in P4, but he's trying to see if he can catch himself a podium. The only thing that can possibly happen, I think, here is Criminal is going to have to pit and go off to some hard tires eventually. We'll see what kind of strategy that will be. And all these drivers who are on hard tires now, we'll see where that gets them to. Because honestly, I really think it's probable that Rico might just look for the P3. He's needing the podium right now. He's going to get those championship points today, whether he needs it or not. Need an AI song with names? Yeah. Which names? Like Spider Monkey names, or like Flat Rich names, or like just any names? Just all these names? The names of the teams? Dude, sometimes I get so inspired with those songs. It's just like with AI, just customize, make what you want. You know what I mean? Like have an idea, create it, and just have it come into the world. You know, just show up. Man, there's too many drivers out here for me to catch everyone. I swear, it's such a large crew. It's got like Fred Novi in 22 right now, for example. Still putting down the pace, still running around the track, respecting blue flags where he can, but you know, you don't have to yield right away. But he goes a huge break, and that's just braking on the track. Why did I go to that moment? Why am I catching all the moments? I'm catching all of the moments, guys. This is during a race moment. He probably tried to let the other driver through, didn't realize that there was another one that was going to be floating right on by. And unlucky for them, they met the back of Freddy. And man, the Smooth Criminal has been smooth with it. He's just compounding the lead right here. We'll see if we can get away. Oh, dude, yo, yeah, birthday song, but you only just changed the name. We just have like a little, like a blank spot, and I'll just say the name on stream. I'll just say it out, and then out. Yeah. Happy birthday to blank, but it'd have to be like a proper birthday song, right? Yeah, we can't do the copyrighted birthday song that they have there. It's not allowed, right? It's not allowed. Oh, man, this is a battle that I want to see right now. If there's any battle that I want to see more than this, it's going to be a Rico versus a bot battle. And maybe, just maybe, it seems like we've got the happenings for this right now. Rico's definitely closing in on bot a little bit, but he's going to start getting the dirty air. And speaking of someone who's getting dirty air, Phil McCrack has been chasing Onion for a couple of laps now. And maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to find it after a few goes around here. It's never easy to hold this car down through these corners. A bit of lifting on the power in third gear. Has a bit of a slipstream right here, but it's mostly just dirty air for the point he's at. So the front end is not going to turn nearly as well. You can hear a lot of that crashing wind on his onboard. He's getting through, just trying to open the gap, and it seems like Rico has gotten extremely close, and he's going for a side-by-side battle with Bot. Where am I at? Let's see it right here. Fierce on board with Rico as he's looking to send a fakie down to Bot, get him out, extend it a little bit further, and it's too much grass, and he's spinning out. He's doing the full 360 back at it. He'll catch the pace. As Onion is going to be catching up to that, potentially. Oh, I just keep hitting the wrong button. That's what happens. Oh, man. Onion out here in P4 from that. He got through Rico. So it seems like on the straight, Rico didn't have enough speed. Team orders went through. Onion went by. And is a lap out for him on that one. Let's see if it's going to be a McLaren 4.5, a McLaren 3.4 perhaps. They're looking good out here in terms of getting high points for this season. And Rico just flying off the track a little bit. Phil McCrack gets through, and it's going to be McCrack up into P5 right now. And Rico is maybe struggling with the tires or struggling with the grip a little bit. The car, it looks like it's understeering a lot for him. Definitely not the hottest lap right there, but let's see if he can kind of ground himself and get back into it a little bit more headstrong. And we're getting into it. 22 laps out of 44. That marks halfway through this F1 race right here. And if you guys are not already enjoying your Friday, I hope that this F1 Friday is electrifying it and adding a little bit of gusto to it, a little bit of entertainment to what is your Friday. As we get on through here, Phil McCrack is going to try and close the gap on Onion. It seems like there's a decisive 1, 2, and 3 right now. We've got Smooth Criminal with the soft tires in P1, Joe Milan in P2, and Bot in P3. So it's really a battle for P4 right now that we're watching, as well as some battles that are happening lower down in the pack as well. There's kind of battles everywhere here as I see Marcus is looking to get by. He just made a pass right here. He's looking to get through TJAA. On top of that, only 3.3 seconds between the two drivers. As you see, he's whipping over the back end to try and get a better exit and try and get a slipstream to catch TJAA and get himself back into the potential top 10 right here. Let's see if it's enough. As he goes out onto the outside, it's not necessarily going to be, as he's taking up more room on the track. Going on the outside is definitely going to be more track, and now he's on the inside though for the corner that really matters right here. Will he be able to send it in is the question. It seems like decisively, yes, he gets the inside line, and he is through TJA, looking to continue on and catch up and see if he can get a recovery race going on right here. He had a good start to the race, but a few incidents here and there into the wall definitely hurt him. Siesh right now in P9 has got some points under his belt for Force India if he can keep the race like this till the end. But Alex is going to be hot on his tail to see if he can catch up. And I'm going to go also and check the battle. We're going to get back into it for the battle for P4 that we're catching Onion in is Phil McCrack and Onion and Rico all up in a line right here. And let's see who's going to make it through. Typically, I'd say Onion has really good consistency. And he's been very fast. He's been very, very fast. Being able to be up to the P3, P4 area right there. Sometimes the P4 merchant, but looking towards maybe getting a podium here if Smooth Criminal needs to pit and something happens there, it could definitely be a movement. And now Phil McCrack going to have to make a defense from Rico as Rico was looking to send it on his inside. He gave him a little bit more room, no contact there, and Rico's not going to be able to get by, but it's going to slow down the battle. So, team play here, right, guys? Rico's going to try and get into Phil McCrack's head a little bit and try and break him down just so that Onion can get out and push away a little bit further into the pack as we see them getting around here for lap 24. All three, the two McLarens sandwiching, guys, the Mercedes car right now. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Hamdan. How are we doing today? How are we doing? We're on the board. We're watching a broadcast, all right? So we're actually the broadcaster of our exclamation point NABS League, where there's an F1 championship. There's a league. This is the third season that we're out here. And is the second round of the third season in Australia, of all places, in a really good track for F1 racing. But to say that it's a tricky track in terms of once you get a pass, holding it down because there's so much slipstreams as Phil McCrack is looking to get it. He's on the outside of the McLaren, getting wheel to wheel, and it's Rico hitting him off and into the barrier. The team play has come out strong, guys. The team play as Phil McCrack now has to get back out on the track, and he's just spinning on the grass. It's an unfortunate spot as to where he's got bumped off into, and it could have happened to anyone as he was fighting the McLaren up front. The other one just gave him a small tip from the back. So unfortunate right there as he's getting out back onto the track. We catch Rico getting on in to keep battling and pushing his own teammate as he sends it side by side on T1. Let's see what they get it right here. Rico gets on through and is spinning out just a little bit. Oh my goodness, that curb is absolutely scary. Absolutely scary. Yeah, NABS is totally free. It's just to be a reserve driver or to get into the rookie leagues of their F2 leagues right now would probably be a really good start in terms of driving on these open wheeler cars. If you haven't already driven some open wheeler cars, you can try the F3 out. There's an F4 Tatus that's really, really fun as well. But this is the RSS 2010 mod. So it's a very fast car and a very tricky one indeed. One of the hardest ones, I would say, in Assetto Corsa in general to drive. And now let's see here, guys. Phil McCrack is trying to get his redemption, and he's gotten by Cheese. Maybe he's let him by, or maybe he's gotten a pass fair and square right there. Either way, it's a moving up the field for Phil McCrack after that unfortunate incident that happened before. Very tough for the Mercedes driver when he was right between both McLarens, man. It was very, very close. But let's see. Let's see how we've got out here. Suya still pushing. He's got Alex right behind him. He's got a few cars right behind him, actually, with only 1 or 2 seconds. And then he wouldn't be in the top 10 anymore. So there's got to be a big push in towards keeping this position, holding it down for the rest of this. And why did I ever go onto this view? Because I told him I would never look at his car. And the times that I do, I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if that's why. I can't say, guys. But I owe him a paycheck off that one, because that is an unfortunate happening. Just as I said that, I swear, I got the Jinxmobile today. I do have the Jinxmobile. Yo, dude, Lucas, I had read that before, but I'm just going to get it. Dude, just got a P1 in the MX-5 again after 2 days. Well, yo, congratulations for that. Sorry I stole the one earlier. And GG's, I'm glad that you're still out there racing the MX-5s. What time did you get? Were you in the 102.5 or 6 or 7s? Yo, how is Niche racing, Lelouch? Honestly, Niche was doing pretty damn good. He fell behind a little bit now. Let's get straight on and just watch him for a second while we recap. I think Niche was doing pretty damn good. Up until one point being like near P6, and then I'm not sure what happened. But definitely some of the earlier carnage benefited Niche to be able to get ahead into the top 6. And then something fell through at that point. Unfortunate. Yeah, go Sauer, go free driver. I have him as a free driver right here, but I have to update that, Lelouch, I swear. And for you too, when you're out here, you're repping the Saubers since last season. You know, the back-to-back. Absolutely wild. It's good to see Niche getting some laps through, but yeah, I don't know. There's just something happened before, and I definitely saw Niche higher up. Okay, we'd have to go back to the replay. There's only been one safety car so far, and the safety car was for like 3 or 4 laps. Nothing too crazy, but yo, let's get on in with Bot, who's now catching up to Joe Milan. They're both on the hard tires. Smooth Criminal has got a 7-second gap with those soft tires that he's got away with at the beginning of this the safety car restart. But Bot here is looking to catch up and see if he can get onto the slipstream here of Mr. Joe Milan, if he's going to be able to slip on in, or if he's going to be able to get on by. Oh my goodness, full course yellow. In 7 seconds, they still have 5 seconds. Oh, he's not gonna overtake right there. He's not gonna overtake. That's crazy. That is crazy. So we have a full course yellow, potentially a safety car deployment. I'm not sure. It didn't say yet that a safety car was deployed, and if it is, we would get the indication of that happening. There was a 7-second gap between Smooth Criminal and Joe Milan before this happened. It's kind of moving down just a little bit. as these drivers are staying right underneath the 160 limit that they have set for them. It seems like they're going to be catching up right here. Oh my goodness. That is craziness. It might be another safety car. Is Oddish out on the track? It does seem like Oddish is ready to go, and our safety car has the lights on, getting ready to get on in. I'm about to drink some water, Wavy. Let's go. Yeah, Rich, I need that sound for my alarm clock too. Yeah. I think I would jump out of bed immediately. I would never stay in bed on that one. Beep, beep. Like the craziness. Oh, man. You got 2 gallons here? Well, hey, drink that water. I got like, just a little bit. I feel like this is never enough. Sometimes on a stream, we end up running out by the end. But, hey, this is going to be enough for now. I feel the bottle's still full. We got the liquids. And it's incredibly important. There's a few drivers getting out here. Siesh and Dras have decided to pit. Let's see all the other drivers who have also decided to pit. I'm going to actually zoom myself away, drone mode this, and see if any other drivers have gotten out into the pits. And let's just zoom through them. As we see one right here, TJAA and Xandro's getting out of the pits. And another couple drivers are getting into the pits here as well. Looks like our leaders, guys, Smooth Criminal and Bot and Joe Milan. I'm just going to chase them around right here and see who gets out first. Who gets out first is going to be Smooth Criminal, just getting out ahead, but it's now Joe Milan gets his pit stop a bit faster. He gets out into P1 off the pits. It's off of the pits. Oh my God. Strategy, boys. This is strategy. It's the strategy. All right, as we see Joe Milan now in P1 from that situation, but they've all got the soft tires. Smooth Criminal, who had a 7-second gap with those tires on that stint, now gone to basically nothing, as they have to restart this race from that moment. Oh my goodness. Yo, the floodgate stream. Yeah, Rich. The day that we drank all our water. So yeah, true story, guys, back in the day. Oh my goodness. Wake up. Wake up. Safety car. Wow. So that just means when it goes from full course yellow to safety car conditions, now cars are allowed to catch up to the safety car queue. So that's the only thing that means right there. I wish I would have known what car that this happened to. We can kind of go and look and see if there was any events, any of the drivers that I see. Is there anything weird on the list? Yeah, I'm not sure, as some of the cars are getting through or they're unlapping themselves, guys. We have a few more laps to go, but they have to get all the way around the track. So I think we're going to have a couple of laps, maybe 3 laps, 2 to 3 laps right here of safety car conditions until we restart this race. But what an incredible happening, because we've got Joe Milan up front in P1, as well as Smooth Criminal, 13 bot right behind. Then we have our McLarens, Rico and Onion. So it's really anyone's race right here to see who will be able to catch it. It is truly just like a race to the end. Daniel's got hard tires, so I'd say the top 5 have a bit of a race, and then maybe if Phil McCrack can get through in P7 on those soft tires as well, he's going to be able to try and push the pace down. He got unlucky there when he was fighting the McLarens, but it might be the redemption that he needs to be able to push ahead as we have our safety car. Lights on for the safety car. Beautiful Porsche, by the way. And we've also got it sponsored by the stream itself, guys, if you didn't know. We got the TTV Atom Galaxy on the front of the car. We've got the cat. Got to have a cat meet up there. We even have a picture of Senna, I feel, with the number 15 to pay homage to one of our fellow Endear racers as well. One of Bot's buddies who had passed away, I believe. So this race definitely, and I think the first race was definitely dedicated to him. And it's great that we have so much community that's so lively and so enthusiastic about driving these F1 cars. You know, and the patience that some of these drivers have, because, you know, when you're driving in leagues, sometimes it's a mixed bunch. You know, it's a for fun race. We have damage off. It's not, you know, it is competitive, but it's that nice kind of competitive that you really want to see, where there's some friendly competition as well as some sweaty moments here and there. But hey, If you guys want to get involved, you guys want to join, we got exclamation point NABS in the stream. That's what this is there for, right? NABS in the stream. You guys could join in that league and get on in, get involved, and become a driver. Now, let's get another view going here. I say we go to the helicopter view, right? Yeah, we go for heli. Let's do this. Why does everyone go on talking about Senna dating a 15-year-old? What? What? It was legal at the time. I don't know, man. I didn't hear about anyone going on about that. They just mentioned it in the Netflix series. Yeah, dude, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, the whole era of that F1 drivers from that time, the late 80s and the early 90s, kind of goes over my head. I wasn't even born then. So you can't even ask me those questions. You're looking at TikTok comments. Yeah, TikTok comments seem like the place. This seems like the place for that. I don't know. Maybe if someone else in the chat knows, they could chime in. I'm honestly very unaware. Extremely unaware. As we get on through, guys, lap 30 out of 44 will be done under safety car conditions, but it might just be in this lap. I think it will be. I'm not sure if the message has gone off to the drivers yet. There is no weaving just yet. They haven't been warming their tires, but I definitely see Joe Milan giving some space right here, using it a bit. Slight amount of weaving. There's still one. Oh my God. There's still some cars that need to be unlapped right here. Okay, so one more car needed to be unlapped. So I think that was the last one, and now let's settle down now, and we'll see what happens with our last sprint of this race. Basically, this race comes down to a moment of soft tires in the last 12 laps. I would say we'll probably get 12. I think it's going to be 12 because we're at 31. That means 13 to go. But, you know, this one here is going to be under safety car conditions. We might even get another one if Fred Novi doesn't really catch up that quick. But he's getting around the track pretty fast. It's just hard to get all the way around a 1 minute and 20 second, 1 minute, 20+ second track in a split second. So it is going to take a second for him. But we're going to get going on this race in just a moment. We'll get back out. And it's going to be safety car in this lap, which means that, look at that, as he drives away, he just books it absolutely flat out. It was as if he was waiting to click the button and then he's going to go for it. Now, guys, we're going to get another restart right here. Now, let's get the view, this view right here. As all the cars are going to be weaving their tires, getting ready to start it off. Now it's like safety car rules like in F1. You cannot pass before the lap, like the checkered line of this lap, but you will be able to warm up your tires, and you have to go kind of when the leader is gonna get off on his way. So it's up to Joe Milan at this case to set us off for another lap. He's gonna go kind of slow through this corner and see if he's gonna do the same thing that Smooth Criminal did last time. Let's see if it's gonna be it. And yes, it is. On the last corner, he gets on, and it is away we go. The second safety car of this race in the pits, and we're getting it on in for the start of what is going to be the last stint of this race as Joe Milan gets on through in P1. Untouched in the first corner right there. Cheese gets on through as well. Let's see. As Drass as well has found his way through a safety car restart for the first time. There's a few cars right ahead of him. Marcus is there. Phil is there. And Suyesh is there as well. There's a tight pack right now as there's a couple cars just 4 wide as they're 3 wide going through. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold it down. P10 is for the points, so they're looking for this, guys. They are looking for this as there's a contact in the wall right there. Marcus is going off to the side. Hit the barrier into the other wall. Let's hope that he didn't take anyone out with him. Oh my goodness, let's get out back to our front runners right here as 13 Bot is looking to send the moves as Smooth Criminal. He goes to the outside, Smooth Criminal on the inside. And there's not much that Smooth Criminal can do, and it's Rico finding his way up. into P3 right now. TJAA is in the pits, but maybe something happened. Maybe his car got flipped. I'm not sure exactly. But 13 bot now has his sights set on Joe Milan here at the safety car restart. And there's 4 cars in a row. It's Mr. Joe Milan. Then we've got 13 bot. We've got Rico right after that. And then the Smooth Criminal and Phil McCrack is looking to catch back up. I could just see him at the end there fighting Daniel. Oh my goodness, as we get in through the second lap after this safety car restart, we find ourselves in a very unlikely position where Joe Milan is up into P1 and Bot is right behind. Smooth Criminal is looking to make the move off Rico, and Rico's holding it down right behind. Will it be enough? Rico's on the defense right now. He's looking to hold his P3 as well as potentially push to catch them. If he can, it'll be a P1. It's anyone's race right here as we only have 11 laps left in this race. Anybody's race. Anybody's race right here. "13 bot looking to make the move. He's side by side right now with Joe Milan. Joe Milan's on the inside. He can't make it. He has to back out of that one, and he's going through another attack right here. He's in the slipstream, but that also means he's in the dirty air. He's got a little bit less weight on his front wing. Will he be able to find it as he gets into the last couple corners in Sector 3 right here? Just on the line and on the edge. He's in one of those, like, it's really that I would say it's the opposite of a sweet spot. I would say it's like the unsweet spot where you're within that 0.3 to 0.5 range. If you're much closer, that slipstream is significant enough to get side by side. If not, you're in a situation where you're getting all that dirty air from the car ahead. You really got to kind of sit in their wake and hope that you can get through on their lines as well without jumping too far off that, because the dirty air does really affect the car in these conditions. And just as I'm watching this, look, you can just catch a little bit of a whiff of Rico right there, and Smooth Criminal on the backside looking to get the push on right here. We're going to get back into this battle in just a moment. It's time to catch the P6 line, guys. The battle for P6 is even more intense. It was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think even 5 cars in a line looking to battle for this, as Bot now is looking for his own battle and is trying to catch Joe Milan, but it's lap after lap of Joe on the defense, able to hold it back. 1 minute and 20 was Bot's fastest lap. He had just put in the fastest lap of the session so far, but I think they're going to top that as the cars go even lower in fuel and they get even lighter. It's going to be very difficult for some of these drivers to maybe hold it on the track, but also to see if they can find their fast times is very, very tough for Bot right playing monkey in the middle on this lap as we get around once more for a 1, 2, and 3, and a 4-car battle that we've got as Bot puts out another one of the fastest laps of the session. A 120.6 is going to get him up and very close, guys, up into the 2/10 range. Let's get on in again with the onboard and see what'll it be. He goes for the outside move. He gets Joe to be defensive on the inside. He tries to get his wheel just inside there. It's not going to be enough as they both struggle to get grip. It's going to be the inside getting a little bit more. They're so close, almost touching, and it's going to be Bot getting through. Just enough gap for Bot to find his way through, and Rico flies off the corner, was trying to find a move on Joe Milan, and Smooth Criminal is up into P2 now from that move. Holy moly. That actually just happened. Whoa. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, as now Smooth Criminal has to fight off the defense from Joe Milan. He's trying to see if he can get himself into a first win on his first NABS race. It's the first time I see this racer, and he's doing a fantastic job out here. Absolutely fantastic to find himself in a NABS reserve car up in the top 3 and looking like a top 2 finish. Or he can just go and get the full swing and try and get the P1 if he can catch up to Bot right here. A second gap will stretch the two apart, and one of our fastest drivers is still catching up, and that's going to be Rico, who had that little bit of an incident. I guess he fell off the track trying to make the move on Joe, and Smooth Criminal made the smooth move, trying to, capitalize from the situation. Is basically what every driver does. Like, when you have situations where 3 cars are involved, once one passes the other one, sometimes that third car in the back just gets the go-ahead because of all the action that's going on. Sometimes that really does happen. Now let's go back and check how it's going with Daniel right here as he's battling for... there was a P6 battle that was happening earlier. It seems like Onion's got himself a gap, so that's good in terms of holding on to that P6. Cheese in the P7, and then Daniel right behind, who's battling off what seems like a fierce attack from Suyesh. And we'll see if that ends up going well for him. Every time it goes to the crowd here, I have to end up switching it. So much cameras. So many cameras. So little time in this race left. We got only like 8 laps to go to get to the end of it right here at Australia in our round 2. And it's looking good for the Renaults. But maybe Droughts can get just a couple extra points if he's able to just get into the points. Niche has found himself. Hey, Lelouch is going to be happy to hear this one. Niche found himself in a top 10 situation from that safety car restart. But in order to hold down those points for the Sauber, he is going to have to make some defensive moves right here against Dratz, who's been very fast in this session here, but he's been very unlucky as well. Equally fast as he is unlucky. As we catch here, Daniel pushing on Cheese, seeing if he can catch up into a P7 position. Guys, what did I miss? What on earth did I miss right here as Joe Milan and Smooth Criminal? Wait. I think we just got to go into the replay right here real quick. I think we just got to go into the replay. As it was more battles from Joe and Rico and the 13 bot. This is where Rico flew off the track because of their battle side by side. So I think that's just a racing incident. And now let's see what happened after that. Was here through T1. Just can't. This was the lap that we had to check. Oh no, this was from before. Smooth Criminal got by. We're missing some action. All right, and that's how we're at. That's just where we're at right now. Let's just see. Let's just get back into it and get back from this moment right here and catch 13 bot. He's in P1. We got Rico right behind. And then it's Joe Milan right there. And we got the Smooth Criminal in P5 right now. So we didn't really catch the incident. I kind of went into that for nothing in a way, but that's all right. That's totally all right. It happens. He's now got a little bit of a gap forming. We gotta have the rest of the gaps kind of get filled in right here. Speaking of filled in, we got Phil McCrack right here, who's he's looking to catch up. He's in P4. He's found himself a good spot. It's tough to be able to get 44 laps consistently without getting into any incidents and whatnot. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck. He crashed into the McLarens earlier, but he gets his revenge right here, right now, as he flies through Rico, who's fallen off the track, and Rico's fallen out of the podium from that moment as well and gets Phil up into podium position for the last 6 laps to go. Let's see if he can hold it. Let's see if he can hold it. That's going to be incredible to see right there. So I'm going to change these display modes. These ones are broken. I don't know what's wrong with those. Those are straight broken. All right, there we go. They're fixed. They're fixed now. As Smooth Criminal gets on out, he's P4, right ahead of Rico, and Phil McCrack's got a little bit of a gap there as well. Onion in P6. So McLaren's right now looking at that 5-6. They're back to kind of like not really where they started. They did qualify 7-8, but they moved up a little bit. But earlier on in the race, they were in like a similar predicament, is how I feel. So let's see what they get. Let's see if Rico can keep up with the Smooth Criminal and try and catch the P4, or maybe get back into the podium. If any of these drivers here make any kind of errors, let's see. It's not uncommon. And as we get later on in the race, the tires are getting a bit degraded. The cars are getting a bit lighter, which means that, you know, for me, sometimes when the cars are light, there's just less weight being shifted around. And sometimes you just get unexpected movement from that when you just have the weight of the car versus that inertia of all of the fuel that you have in there as well. But, you know, that's just coming from a driver who's done a few rounds around this, one around this track, and 2 with these cars, the open wheeler, the F1 cars. Every single time we get onto these on AC, they're absolutely so fast. I'll turn off the live replay. Thank you, Wooly. Thanks, Wooly. See, there we go. That's the support I need right there. That is the support. Sometimes when it's not a live replay and it's just 4 laps left of live broadcast and it says live replay. Yeah. Much appreciated for that. How did you do it? You're 2 laps down. Did you retire the car? Yeah, you're out of the session right now, huh? Man, tough. Let's see, is Rico going to be able to push Smooth Criminal? That's the only battles that we have. We also have a battle. I mean, I'm a little bit afraid to watch this battle right here. I don't really want to watch it, but I also don't want to not watch it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to mention anything. I'm just going to see what happens. It's looking clean. The picking of the lines, the thoughtful attacks. Nothing crazy with the last 4 laps is what a lot of the drivers must be thinking in their head right now. They're like, man, we had time for crazy at the beginning of the race. Now the time for crazy is over, as it is a pass coming through here. A little bit of contact from the 2 drivers, as the 2 drivers who were at the beginning, the one who did the Beyblade spinning, guys, Daniel has been able to find himself back into P9. Funny enough, he's got the pace to catch up after spinning on his underside. So hey, and real penalty broke. Oh, dude, don't tell me real penalty gave you some kind of like speeding penalty or something like that. Oh, I hate when real penalty breaks. Like, it's so weird. I've gotten real penalty, I think, break on LFM one time. That's unfortunate. Hey, hope the race was good all the same. We're gonna have to see what happens here on the last couple corners, guys. Phil McCrack's looking to catch up, get a few more points in here for Mercedes. Will he be able to find it, is what I'm thinking. He's trying to chase down this Williams right here. It's a Mercedes versus Williams battle, as it's full flat out on the outside. Phil's going for an attack. It seems like they're gonna go side by side for it, and not really. He's just pressuring Joe to take a little bit more of a defensive line. I think they'd be happy finishing this race here, but I definitely see in Phil McCrack's eyes right here, he wants to get it. He wants to find it. He needs one more. He's got it. If he can just hold it down, we've got 3 more laps to go. That's 41, and then we're gonna get as we get through 42, 43, and 44. 3 more laps to go in this race right here in round 2. With a battle for P2. I think Bot has decisively taken this one. But we'll see if the battle for P2 is going to be enough. Whoops. All right, I'm just having to fix something else there off screen. That was the quietest moment I've been all race. But yeah, we have such a battle on our hands that's on our screen right in front of us, guys, as Phil McCrack looks to send it down to Joe Milan. I knew he wouldn't do it before I was done with what I had to fix, so that's why, just shout out to Phil for being a bro with that one. But it's not over yet, because all this battling, guys, it seems like Smooth Criminal is back into this mix. As you see the car right behind them, the pink NABS reserve car is going to be just creeping. And let's see how Phil finds it in this one right here. He's got that car in his rearview mirror, so I don't think he's going to want to attack Joe that much. If they can just both run away with this pace, that could be good enough. They don't want to give up the podium just off of something like this. It would be silly if they were to do that. So let's see if they can push through till the end right here. As whoops, I keep going on the wrong car. Look at that safety car. Safety cars are just hanging out. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Seems like Daniel's found his way back up into P8, but Suyesh still holding it P9. And Rico has found himself a place right there as he's battling Cheese. Or Cheese, rather, is battling Rico. There's definitely some movement going on here as the elbows are coming out on the track here at Australia. Even in the last 2 laps here, a battle for P6. As the dirty air is going to be enough to send Cheese off for a little bit of a one more lap right here. But hey, it is very close. Daniel's actually also caught up to it. So it could even be 3 cars in that situation as we get back to Phil McCrack. And he's still on the attack on the track. Don't look back. It's Mr. McCrack. Now let's go. Let's see if he's going to do it. We got the Renault. You saw Bot right there. He's 4 seconds ahead. It's just a battle here of whether or not these 2 cars can do it in the last lap as we get through here in Australia. It's 1 more to go. And let's see. Safety car driver of the day? Yes, sir. 100%. You earned it, champ. Yeah. You just get it because you're the safety car of the day. But it's also the safety car driver of the day. Oh, man. Let's see, guys. The battle for P2. Anything can happen. I think it's going to be a calm ending to this race right here. Who do you guys think should be our driver of the day from this race? I definitely think there was a few good good contenders for it. I almost think Niche should get it. He was up in the top 10 trying to battle and defend. And let's see, guys, as we get through. I think Bot's just now flying through. Seems like he's going to get into it. The line is here. And it is going to be Bot winning it for the round 2 of Season 3 of our NABS Championship, our F1 Championship. GG right there. Mr. Bot. He's still going. Is he trying to get a lap? He trying to get a lap? Is there another one? Does he know? Am I the wrong one? He does know. Okay. I was like, he's still going. Yeah, Wooly gets it. Wooly gets the driver of the day. All right, all right. Oh, man. All right, as we get through, it seems like Joe Milan is going to be in P2. And then we have Phil McCrack in P3. And then Smooth Criminal in P4. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Phil's doing some acrobatics right here. He's doing some of the acrobatics. As it's got, okay, 13 Bot, Joe Milan, Phil McCrack. Then Smooth Criminal. Then we've got Onion, Cheese, Daniel, Rico, Suyesh, Alex, Dress, Reinhawk, Nigo. We got Fred Novi, Manry Thespedes, Niche, then Zando, VHP, Marcus NG, TGAA, Wooly, SVR. Guys, what a race. What a freaking race. I've got to say, it's always a tense one. But I think, you know what? From bottling it a few times to being out here, it's a win in the NABS books, if I say so myself. Wow, what a race from all these racers out here. A podium for Joe Milan. I think finally is. I don't know if it's his first one. I'm pretty sure he got one last year when he showed up for the first time, but it's his first one this season, which is a true story. And Zando got a puncture. Yeah. The puncture was too strong right there. Hey, you guys want to see the biggest puncture? That was probably Daniel right at the beginning. He got spun up like a Beyblade on the start line. So if there's anyone there, it's definitely gonna be Daniel. I almost want to say, like, you know, I don't know, dude. It's such a split in between Daniel and like Niche for driver of the day right now in my head. I think Niche would have definitely had it. .13th in the end. The last lap wasn't as great, but the timetable will tell it all. The timetable tells the story. Let me see if I can compare. Let me see if I can see the pace. I can't. All right, let's get into our interviews. Let's do it. I just have to change my name on this profile. Da, da, da. All right. All right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's get into our interview booth right now. And let's get out our first driver here, our third place driver. We get Phil McCrack out into here and see where he's at. Let's drag him in. Let's drag him in. Man, it's always too much. There we go. There we go, Phil.
Hello.
Congratulations. Hello, hello. Dragged you on into the interview room. Oh my god, we have I'm gonna mute this one sec. All right, all right. Now, listen, that race, third place, Phil. You got yourself a podium for the second round. How are you feeling after that?
I feel really great, especially with the well, my game froze on the start, so I was pretty much stationary on the grid until I got hit, and then I just got back up to I think P8 by the end of my first stint, and then I'm really happy with the decisions I made with the pit stops. It's the first time I've got everything right.
Nice. That's how much strategy actually matters around here. So, how were your pit stops there with the safety cars coming into play as well?
I was really focused on just keeping the delta up, not getting that penalty. Everyone was having drive-throughs. I was pretty scared.
Yeah, the real penalty glitching out. Hopefully, it won't happen in the future. But hey, there was also a moment in that race where I think you were stuck between two McLarens. They ended up kind of bumping you off when you were battling them. You still came back and recovered from that as well. Was that part of your strategy?
I'd love to say it was, but I was just really shocked there. Like my hands turned white. I'm pretty sure my face turned white too.
Yeah, he had a bit of a moment on the grass trying to get back out. But hey, an awesome recovery, still getting out here, able to clutch a P3 for you. Congratulations, getting in some good points right there. And listen, it was a good race for me, Phil, and it was awesome to have you on. We'll get you back into the paddock, and congratulations again for that P3.
Thank you. Hi, Mom. Hello, Mama.
All right, catch you later, Phil. That was good. For Phil's mom out there, all right, he said hi. Let's get our second driver in here. It seems like Joe Milan. We have to get him in, get him involved. All the drivers are going to different VCs and stuff, and they're just going around. Now we get Joe Milan in here, our P2 runner in this race. Joe, how you feeling after that race?
Well, pretty good. It was a very nice race with many battles. We were
Yeah.
just talking about some accidents that happened, so we will have to see into that, but it was a nice race.
Yeah, if there was anything going on, there was quite a battle up there between you and Bot, as well as Smooth Criminal, and even Rico was getting into the action for a bit. Can you tell me what was going through your head when you were putting on the attacks and the defenses there?
Well, at the end of the last safety car, I just wanted to stay in front, but then I saw that I couldn't keep the others behind for many laps. So at one point, I was just kind of sandwiched between two cars. So I just let them go. I have even some contact with someone. I don't know who, but it happened, and then. Yeah, I tried to stay behind Rico. I tried to let him pass so I could stay behind him. Maybe he would catch Bot, but in the end he spun. So yeah, I fought with Phil. We had some nice battle, and yeah, it turned out well for me. But we'll have to see for some of the crashes that happen in the race if there are penalties
Yeah,
or
we
anything.
will get a view on some of those crashes. I saw some of the crashes, but there's going to be reviews done, or maybe any kind of reports. Players are allowed to do that within this community. But regardless of that, still an awesome drive from you today, Joe. The definitely keeping up the pace on the Delta and putting up a bit of a defense and attack against Phil there at the end was good to clutch you that P2 victory. So congratulations. It's a good season 3 for you as getting into the podium pretty early on. So good points for the championship for you.
Yeah, it was
All right.
pretty good. Thank you.
No worries. I'll send you back to the paddock, Joe. Congrats again.
Thank you.
All right, now let's get our first place winner up into here. Guys, he's part of the one of the quicker drivers, a driver that we definitely look up to when it comes to putting out the pace. He's got the pole position, and get him on here. Let's get the bot. And this time, oh, look at that. I'm actually not interviewing myself. Bot, how are you doing? How's it going after that podium?
Absolutely
win?
fantastic. No, I was really. I really enjoyed the race. I know there was a couple of incidents throughout the race, but the racing I had with Joe Milan, Steve, everyone like that, absolutely fantastic. I was very happy for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell me, you started out that race on hard tires, and then you kind of got to switch over early pit stop. What was that strategy like?
So the early quotation marks pit stop was actually me because I felt bad for Rickos, right? That was actually me just doing a drive-through. So I didn't actually stop for tires. I just did a drive-through, right? Because I think half the grid got like drive-throughs.
Yeah.
So no, I just did a quick drive-through to kind of even it out with me and Rickos, and then I went quite a while on the hards. Went again, boxed onto the hards on the second safety car, and then. Last safety car, didn't know if the softs were going to last, but managed them quite well. They felt fantastic on the last lap, so I was kind of like, oh well, I managed to make them go quite a lot longer than I expected. So yeah.
Well, kudos for that. The strategy ended up paying off in the end.
Yes.
And a P1 for you. Some good points going over to Renault. Draz, your teammate, had some struggles back there.
Yep.
It was some wild action. A few full course yellows. Was that like a virtual safety car at the beginning?
Yes,
did I not catch that?
That was a virtual safety car at the start.
Gotcha.
So that was just to not make sure that all the front people didn't sort of gap the people that are in the instance too much. But obviously, a safety car could have been a bit overkill. You know what I mean? Especially on lap one.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed with that.
First time we've used it, so I think it went well. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a good mechanic. It was nice to see a solid race. The safety car definitely played a factor in this. But Bot, congratulations for the P1 on this one, getting some good points in for this, and good luck for the next ones. And we'll see if you qualify. You got the pole position.
Yes,
and the win.
Point. Yes, sir. Who was your driver of the day, huh?
So yeah, we still kind of have to decide that. Usually it's a last minute thing. I'm thinking it's going to go to Daniel. I think he's done a great race. He spun like a Beyblade on lap one. So if you didn't catch that, you'll see it in the replay.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, I'll get Daniel in here. We'll give him an interview as well. And Bot, again, congrats, man, for the P1. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you very much. All right,
bye. All right, let's see. Let's get Daniel in here for our driver of the day here. It's always fun to see the guy who spun out right at the beginning and had some battles. Let's see how it went for him. Yo, Daniel. Welcome to the interview box. Just to pop you out of nowhere. How's it going? You're our driver of the day.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, the race was good. Yeah, okay. Change the microphone.
Oh, there you go.
The race was good, but the first lap incident, it's like completely crashed my race, and then I just on the drive.
Then you just drove at that point, and you actually did catch up. Yes, maybe the safety car restarts did help, but you put your head down. You were spinning upside down on your head on lap one. For those who didn't catch it at the beginning of the race, so definitely put your head down. What happened? You got teleported back to the pits and had to restart at that point, and then just last to ninth, I guess. What was that for you?
Like the crash happened. Like I start and the guy in left turned in on me, and then I flipped, and then I was teleported into pits. I waited, and then was the safety car, and I got a drive-through, and then I only drove.
I can't believe that you had a drive-through as well as that, and you still found it out. Well, hey, Daniel, that's why today you're our driver of the day, for keeping your head down and keeping it relatively clean to catch back up and actually get some points in this race for starting it upside down. And it's Australia, so it's kind of like the right way up,
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, we'll wish you good luck for the rest of your races here in the NABS, and it was good to have you out here. And congratulations for getting the driver of the day, and getting that recovery race in. It's what matters sometimes.
Thank you so much.
No worries. All right, I'm gonna send you back into the paddock. I think you were on VC1, so there you go. G's good race. All right, y'all. And that ends our session right here. Whew. That was an intense 44 laps around of Australia. Even some drivers going upside down, okay? Just because it's Australia doesn't mean you go upside down. Yes, maybe some penalties will be dished out. A few incidents could potentially get reported, and we'll see what happens with that. But guys, that is a wrap for our Season 3 Round 2 here at Australia in Melbourne at Albert Park. All right, we had the V8 2010s running around, a couple of safety cars, 2 to be exact, and some full course yellows at the start. Apparently a lot of drive-through penalties for some of these drivers, a little bit of real penalty going whack. Hopefully that gets settled for the next ones, and either we learn our lessons or real penalty gets in line, you know, whichever one. And it's going to be one of those two, I swear. Now, guys, we'll have to catch you on the next one where we're going to go out. Let me get the calendar. Sometimes I'm always a little bit slow to this, but I need to see the calendar real quick, and it's in a very convenient place because I find this Discord's very well lined up as we're going out to Magny-Cours, and we're going to France next week for our F1 Friday for round 3. And, man, all right, that's going to be an interesting one. I'm glad I don't have to drive around that again. Is that Le Mans, basically? Yeah, I think it is, right? Well, hey. It's going to be an interesting round 3, and don't miss it on the round 3 of the NABS coming up next week on F1 Friday. F1 Friday.